I know the last week or so you've said you felt good. Do you feel ready to start a regular season on Tuesday?
I have to be ready. We'll see, but I can't predict the future. Um, I have to, I have no choice. But obviously, trying to be real with myself always. The goal is always to get better individually and as a team. And it's not gonna be game one. You gotta almost like use the regular season in order for you to get in rhythm and get better as a team, build good habits, and individually, get to where you want to go. But it's game one. You have no choice. You have to be able to go out there, enjoy the game, and compete.
When you talk about getting better every day, is that a literal thing for you? Like, do you look at clips of practice or games and pick out a thing, or is it a feel? When you know what I mean, at the end of the day, if you feel you've
No, you have to. First of all, I don't care about the stats. Or like let's put an example of a player that doesn't play a lot and then gets on the floor and plays 15 minutes. Does he got better? Not necessarily. So literally like get better as a player. Make good decisions as much as possible and be able to repeat it over and over again. So that's all I care about, and I don't really focus on the outcome of the game. Just focus on how can I put myself in a position to help the team win and keep making good decisions, because that's all I can control.
It looks like you're playing with a lot of confidence out there, sort of just stepping up in that first possession, taking a three. Do you feel that way?
I'm just making good decisions. That's all. Now there's gonna be days that it might look like I have a lot of confidence, but there's gonna be days that I'm not gonna make those shots, and it looks like I don't have confidence. But all I care about is good decisions. Why you're open, you shoot it. The guy step up, you drive the ball. There's two guys on you, you pass the ball. Just keep making good decisions over and over and over again until it becomes a habit. Until you play ball without thinking. That's all. I don't know if the ball goes in. When the ball goes in, it looks like you have confidence, but not necessarily. You could I could have missed that shot, or it could be an air ball like in the past. But as I said, keep making. All I care about is making good decisions.
We talked to Jason Kidd before the game. Did you get a chance to talk to him at all? I know you kind of acknowledged him for a minute on the sideline.
Before the game, yeah, a little bit before the game.
He was just kind of talking about when players get that taste of winning, kind of what it does when they win in a championship. I just kind of wondered, just for you, like that taste of winning last year, winning the championship. What did that do for you? Kind of what is it?
You want to repeat that feeling, but there's a lot of steps you got to do in order for you to get there. Worrying about a championship in what's the October 15th, it's too early. For someone that I've always, not always, the last couple of years I've been in good teams, and we've always compete hard and play through the regular season. We don't cheat. We go out there and we play every single night. I've realized it's too early to worry about that. But obviously, now that you know the feeling, you want to repeat that feeling. The being down 2-0, coming back to the series, being up 2-0, be able to close the series, playing in the finals, the atmosphere, the fans, people cheering. You want to repeat it. That's all I can say. But if I am worrying right now about a championship, not necessarily. I'm worrying about getting better as a team. Being better than what we are tonight. Tonight wasn't us. We got to play. We got to defend way better, and we will.
You had that three bounce in tonight. Is that like shooter's touch? Is that what they call that?
That's what they call it, shooter's touch. I don't know what that was. I'm just happy winning, but it doesn't really matter. Stats don't count in the preseason, so I'm happy winning.
For you tonight, you ran that pick and roll with Grayson a little bit where he sets the screen. You got to the basket on one of them, and then another one you kicked it over to him for the three, and he didn't shoot it. Is that kind of a situation where you kind of let him know that, hey, on this play, in this system, on this team, like, we need you to shoot that?
It's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, because he's a great shooter. You know, when he has an inch of space, he shoots the ball. But he didn't shoot in that play. But I was able to talk to him in the game and told him, like, you have to shoot that. You know, it doesn't matter if you airball or whatever the case might be. Like, you have to shoot that. That's the right play. You know, if you shoot that, the next time you set a screen the guy, your guy's not gonna be in front of me. You know, and it was crazy because at the same time when I passed the ball, it was like 1, 2, and me and Bud was like right behind me. We yelled, "Shoot it!" at the same time. So, that's about, we've been together for 4 years now. That's the habit we're talking about. And we have to, put grace in that mindset that you're open, you shoot it. It's pass. You're wide open, you shoot it. There's Giannis taking the pick and roll. The guy's in front of Giannis. He passes it right back to you. You have to shoot the ball. That's the only way we can get better. That's the only way we can keep creating space,
You mentioned the defense. I think there's 2 plays where you and Brooke kind of get mixed up a little bit. Is that what you're talking about as far as like the defense getting better, or kind of what are you seeing from that perspective?
Both plays, they were my fault. I have to do a better job, being more alert and talking to Brooke. But yeah, we gotta be better. We have to be better, and obviously it's gonna be a little bit. What's the right word? Like too fast, like hectic. Like it's gonna be, but we're gonna make it more smooth as we move forward. But yeah, both plays, me and Brooke gotta communicate better. I gotta communicate better. Brooke did his job.
Yanni, how challenging will be for you to balance your emotions on Tuesday night from celebrating to focusing on facing one of the best teams in the NBA, for you and for your team in general?
It's gonna be. I don't know. I've never been in that position before. I've never received a ring before. I don't know how it feels. This is gonna be my first time. I might be, crying like a little boy, on the sideline, tears of joy, or I might just be, whatever. I gotta focus in the game. I don't know how I'm gonna react, but by getting your ring and your team getting the ring, you're like in an all-time high, and it's a moment of joy, and then you gotta kind of switch it real fast and lock in for the game, because we have to play the best team, one of the best teams in the NBA right now. So we got to still do our job, and I think by we receiving our rings, obviously they're gonna see that too, and they might play way harder. So we got to be ready. We have to definitely be ready. So I don't know how to answer that question.
You talked about defense needs to be better than it was tonight. In general, how do you feel about the way y'all have been defensively in practice and the other exhibition games tonight leading up to this? Do you think there's still a lot of room for growth, or was just tonight a kind of a tough night defensively?
No, there's a lot of room to grow. This is still the preseason. I'll be honest with you. It's not that I don't care. I just don't mind right now of us being bad, and making mistakes, because it gives us room to correct it, moving forward. I feel like in Memphis our effort was there, but we wasn't able to execute as well. I think in what was the other game? Sorry, Brooklyn. I think the guys played really, really well. I think in Utah we played really well. Against OKC we played extremely well. And today we didn't. We still were able to score 103 points, but we did not defend. And this tonight's image wasn't us. We can play a lot better, but you can say it's the preseason. You can use that as an excuse, but all I care about right now is that build good habits. And today's game wasn't a game that we could build good habits. Like, I don't think we can take a lot of things from this game. and that's what hurts a little bit. But at the same time, the only thing we can take from this game is that we made a lot of mistakes. We have to improve those.
Kane Pittman, last one.
Hey, Giannis. You spoke about the fact this is the preseason, but I guess the regular season grind is about to start. I remember last year when we were talking to you and you were speaking about maybe wanting to play more minutes to have yourself better aerobic capacity for the postseason and lessons you've learned. So I'm wondering how you view this regular season in terms of things you were able to learn from last year, perhaps did differently as a team and also yourself to prepare yourself for the playoffs.
What did I do this year differently to prepare myself for the regular?
Yeah, just what did you learn last year? Because I know you guys placed emphasis on trying different things, preparing for the playoffs. You individually played some more minutes in some games.
Last year, what I did differently to get ready to play.
I might not be making any sense. I guess what I'm trying to ask is, what lessons have you learned over the journey to how to approach an 82 game regular season and have yourself prepared?
Okay, so I think since from year 1 until the year 7th, I went 100% every game, regular season, preseason, and it was like treating every game like it was life or death kind of situation. But I think last year I kind of realized from my experience in the bubble, when we were the best team in the NBA, we were on pace of winning 70 games, and then we went to the bubble and wasn't able to execute and win games the way we wanted. And then I realized that you almost it doesn't really matter as much. Like it doesn't really matter of winning games and 60 games, 70 games, 80 games. It does not really matter. And it doesn't matter when you lose either, because all that matters is that you have to prepare your team and yourself with good habits in order for you to go and play in a high level. But at the same time, if you cannot play in game 1 good basketball with good habits and get into compete and win game 1, you're not going to be able to do that in game 90 or game 95, right? So that's why I'm talking about building good habits. You cannot say, okay, this is not as important. The playoffs, the regular season is not as important as the playoffs or the finals, because once you get there, you're not going to be able to switch, and start playing harder. So what I try to do myself is that I always try to build good habits, prepare myself, get better through the games, get better through our workouts, watch tape, talk to my teammates as much as possible in things that I see. For example, I played today with Grayson, and I told him you have to shoot it because there's going to be a time that we're going to be down 3 or that we're going to be tie game or up 2 that he's going to make that shot. And in that game 50 or in the playoffs, it's not going to be that game. It's going to be this preseason game that I was able to tell him, like, we need you to do this. So you kind of, that's what I realized. It's a lot, but going to my 9th year. I try to tell you all of the things I learned throughout my career in 2 minutes. It's always about getting better, improve yourself. There's going to be a lot of highs, a lot of lows. Who cares? You do your job, you go back home, you don't worry about the outcome. You only worry about what you can control, which is your effort and your attitude.